Very good morning, guys. My name is Shivraj Singh Devupa, and I am a web developer. I have around 10 years of experience. I started with the mean stack development, that is MongoDB Express, Node, and Angular. And like as per the project's requirement, there was an opportunity for becoming a specialist. So I worked as an Angular specialist. So I was working like 4 to 5 years in Angular domain in international projects, and especially of US region. And then I got an opportunity from past couple of years. I'm working as a React developer. So previously I worked as senior Angular developer, and then now as a senior React developer. So as we know, both are very popular JavaScript frameworks. So one has to very good in JavaScript in order to work with these two frameworks and to excel upon these frameworks. So as per my experience, my 10 year of experience, I decided to teach, to let's understand the concept of JavaScript first. So I have started this series. This series is named as Gen Z JavaScript. So we will be understanding the core concept and the important topics of JavaScript, and from there we will take up. Once we finish with the JavaScript, we will take up Angular and then React also, because I have expertise in these fields. So stay tuned, guys, and also please subscribe and share. So we will be starting with Gen Z JavaScript series, so where we will take up JavaScript first, and this will also help you in if you're experienced developer, it will help you in uh, improving your skills, improving your concept, which will help you in writing better and efficient code. And also it will help you to revise your concept to make you interview ready, right? So this is my goal. And so yeah, I always think that no one is having all the knowledge. Like, we as a coder, as a developer, we always keep on learning and improving ourselves. So while I will be teaching this, I will be uh, teaching, or I will be instructing you all these things. But I also want your feedback. Please comment on my videos, so that we all can learn and grow in this field, right? So yeah, let's start. So guys, let's understand scoping, variable scoping, in this video. So my aim is to break down var, lat, and const, and once this video finishes, you will be able to understand the differences and the use cases for let, var, and const in JavaScript. So let's start quickly. So in this Gen Z JavaScript video series, we will understand where let and const. So firstly, let's go through the notes that I prepared. Uh, so in line number 3, if you see, we have where, and I have written and we are saying old way, right? So what is this old way? Old way means in legacy code you will see where. Nowadays it is like we don't use let and const in our code, and also I recommend to not to use where now. So now we will be using let and const. Let's understand why. So it was introduced in ES3. This is ECMAScript. So when you will, I recommend you to read the documentation in the Mozilla MDN, Mozilla developer website. Uh, there you will get all these web related things, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. In a very good documentation is there, so that you can go through. And so now this var and then some variable name. So this way of declaring a variable is introduced in ES3, ECMAScript 3. This is very old, and this is function scoped, okay, not block scoped. So function scoped means from where the function starts until where the function ends. So in that scope it will be available to you, this variable, okay. It does not get blocked with the curly braces or anything, right? In whole function it will be available. So that's why it is a function scope. Can be redeclared and updated. Yes, that was a very uh, what you can say, uh, not a good thing, that suppose while writing the code we have declared uh, suppose name, var name, and somewhere after 100 line of code, or I thought to declare name for something else, so I started again writing var name. So what it does, it redeclare itself. So var name we have already declared above, but then below also we are declaring var name, so it will leave the, like it will now it will because we have declared again, so it will lose the previous declaration, all that. So that's why not good. um, so that's why these were the shortcomings. So that's why we have now let and const, and also it get hoisted, moved to the top of the scope and initialized with undefined. So whenever our page starts execution, so at that time uh, the variables which are declared with the var, they move top to the page, okay, and they are initialized with the undefined as a value, okay. And that's how if you call them before the declaration, then also you will see undefined as a value, okay, no errors. But with let and const you will get errors. So from line number 10 with example we can understand, this is the function test var. Inside this we have a if block. If condition is there, if true, then proceed with this. So if true, then proceed with this declaration var x equals to 10, okay. And but this conditions, this if block gets closed here, right, in line number 13. But this var declaration is function scope, so it will start from here and till the function ends, okay, till the function ends, till here it will be, till line number 15. The scope of var x10 is till line number 15. So here outside this block we can print it, okay, still accessible outside the block. That is correct. Why? Because this is not a let const, because let and const are block scope. This is a function scope. This will be available in whole function, okay. And redeclaration allowed. So see, var a equals to 5 and var a equals to 20. So var a equals to 20 works, so we can redeclare itself in the same scope. So that was not a good thing. But when we do the same thing with let, so this is the new way, let and const. These were introduced in ES6, ECMAScript 6. So in ES6 you will see there are major changes in JavaScript. All the major changes have come in ES6, ECMAScript 6, which was in 2015. So at that time, if now you will see there are, after that there are a lot more, ES7, 8, there are like 10, 12, 13, many have come. But in ES6 there are major changes, and also the modern browsers, they support maximum ES6 features. Those were introduced at that time in 2015. So that's why ES6 you will hear this word everywhere, because most of the people who write JavaScript code follow this ES6 standard. So the changes which were done in ES6, those they follow. We also follow this. As a JavaScript developer, is experienced JavaScript developer with 9 to 10 years experience. So I am also using ES6 standard. Block scoped, limited to blocks. So you see this curly braces is the block. So the start and end of this curly braces till there, uh, this variable scope is available. Can be updated but not redeclared in the same scope, okay. The value can be updated but it cannot be redeclared in the same scope. Gets hoisted but is in the temporal dead zone, TDG, temporal dead zone, until defined. So what does this mean? It gets hoisted but it remain in the TDG, that is temporal dead zone, until you reach that line where it is declared, okay. So if you try to print this, it will give you error. Let us understand by example. So here we have function same test let, and inside this we have if block, and inside if block we have declared it with let, right, same what we did with var. But we are trying to print this, that is correct, console.log y, because it is inside this block which starts from line number 32 and ends in line number 35, right, this block, if block. So here we are able to print it, but outside this block we are not able to. But in case of var we were able to write, because that was not limited to that block. it was limited to the function, but these are limited to the blocks, so that's why it is not accessible outside. So then we have called this function, so here it is giving directly error, y is not defined, right? And this tdz concept, temporal dead zone, here we are trying to print console dot this, we are trying to print b, right? And we are declaring it afterwards, so that's why it is giving reference error, because in case of this let and const, if you are declaring and initializing like here, so you cannot call it before, you have to always call it after this declaration, right? So until unless it will give you a reference error. Same with const. Const is very similar to let, but this is also introduced in ES6 2015. Block scope like let, that is correct, must be initialized at declaration. Yes. So the only difference is it must be initialized, because this is a const value. You cannot change it. You cannot update it later on, right? Because this is a const value. You cannot reassign it, right? So that's why whenever you are declaring the const variable, you have to initialize it there itself. But if it is an object array, that is correct. If it is an object or an array, then the content inside can be changed. Why? Because only reference is constant, right? Only reference is constant. Let me show you. So here we have const p, this line 53. Here we have const pi 3.14 value. uh, After that we have commented, right? Here we are trying to update the value, but it is throwing an error. Why? Because const value cannot be updated, right? But in case of array and this object, see, in this array we have declared const array, and this array contains numbers 1 to 3, and we are trying to push 4, right? So as soon as we push it, it will go out after 3, right? 3 comma 4 it will become, so console log. So it is like this. So why here it is allowing? Because we know these objects and array, uh, they get themselves, the memory get saves in heap, right? Heap memory, and there it returns us the reference, that is the address, right? Where these are saved. So because the reference are only what we call only cons, not the value, so that's why we are able to change the value, right? Hosting difference. Hosting differences that we have already understand it, that we have already discussed. Console log x is undefined. Undefined, yes, because it is a var, right? In case of let, it will throw error. In case of const also, it will throw a same error, right? tdz, always remember, temporal dead zone. It remains in temporal dead zone, but it is on the memory is initialized when it reaches this line, right? After this line you can console log it, you can play with this value, but not before that. In case of let and const, you have to always remember it. So these are the summary table, like we have var, let and const. Scope we have discussed. Var is function scope, the other two are block scope. Redeclaration, in var it is allowed, in let and const, in the same block or in the same scope it is not allowed. A reassignment is allowed in var. You can assign value, right? In let also you can assign the value, but not in the case of const. Hosting, yes, uh, it is whenever our page is executing, where we have written the code, the variable declared with var, they move to the top and gets assigned with undefined. That's why whenever you are printing them, before they are getting declared, at that time also you will get the value undefined and no error. But in case of this, they are in TDZ, temporal dead zone. That's why you are getting reference error. You will get error if you try to print them, or if you try to call them before they are getting declared. So you will get error in case of let and const, but not in case of var. Initialization request is possible. So all this is about let, const and var. So I think now you have good understanding. I don't think any question we have missed, and now you are pretty clear about this. So in one video itself we have covered all three: var, let and const. So this is the only differences, and this is the only use cases that we have seen. So if you remember all these things, so you are going to do very good in your coding, uh, in respect of this scope thing, right? So thank you everyone, and please put down comments how you are loving this series. This is Gen Z JavaScript series, where I will be uh, uploading JavaScript related concept and also React and Angular in upcoming days. So guys, please do share and share, and also comment down if you require some particular topic. Then please mention it. I will be creating a new and a good video on that. Thank you very much.